Hello, my name is Leo West Jordan alongside Nick Wilson, and we have a special Rowan Television Network presentation of the NJAC Field Hockey Championship. It's Rowan taking on TCNJ, and we have an absolutely great game for you ahead. We are here at beautiful Glassboro on the campus of Rowan University, and today we have definitely got ourselves a game. It's the number 1 seed, Rowan Profs, taking on the number 2 seed, TCNJ Lions, and they it was pretty easy work for both these teams to get here too. And kind of looking at the bracket, it was it was pretty standard about who you would have thought who could have got into this tournament and into this final as well too. Kane, in this bracket, Rowan took care of business against Kane, and TCNJ took care of business against Stockton as well. But now, with these two teams, this is a very storied rivalry, Nick. And this is a rivalry that goes all the way back to the 1980s, too. So, when we're talking Rowan TCNJ, we're really talking about the powerhouses of field hockey in the NJAC, too. So, what can you tell me about these TCNJ Rowan matchups?
These TCNJ Rowan matchups are definitely two strong warheads going against each other. TCNJ has gotten the best of Rowan in history. They're 55 and 22, and with one tie against Rowan in throughout their entire matchup of their career, and they've done really well. Done a really good job at um, they've done a really good job at being able to um, stop TCNJ from scoring. TCNJ has done a really good job at stopping Rowan from being able to score, as history has shown. But in the last 5-ish years, dating back to 2019, Rowan's actually 7-3 against TCNJ.
Yeah,
including their matchup earlier this season.
Yeah, and in this matchup as well, Rowan has won the last 4 games. But talking about this last matchup too, Profs won on penalty shots too. So it wasn't just the original 60 minutes. It wasn't just overtime. It took all the way until the final shot of the game to send the Profs through home happy, as that game was in Ewing, New Jersey. So that was a big game as well. But so when we're looking at this thing too, when we're looking at this game, I think that gives a lot of confidence to Michel Andre, and it also gives a lot of confidence to us who think that Rowan have the real capability to go ahead and go and win this game too, because it's win or go home. It's do or die time, Nick. So what can you tell me, about this TCNJ team? What do they do? What do they do, well, and what do the Profs do well too?
So this TCNJ team is currently second in the NJAC. Their one loss in NJAC play was against Rowan earlier this year in that double overtime shootout win for the Profs. But what I have for you is that both teams play stellar defense. The Profs average just about 3 goals a game. They let up significantly less than that, about 1. Around the same stats for TCNJ. They lead the NJAC in goals scored and the least amount of goals allowed at 1.06 goals per game. They have a .829 save percentage, which leads the entire NJAC. So 82% of the time, they are saving balls from going into the back of the net.
Yeah, and Rowan does an excellent job at that as well. I mean, when you're talking about the last game that happened too, 5-1 victory over the Kane Cougars right here just a couple days ago too. The Profs really took care of business in this one, because even though the game was tied 1-1 in the first period, in the second they scored 2 goals, and in the fourth they scored 2 goals to really cement how dominant of a victory it was. But Nick, what can you tell me about that game? Who was good?
Everyone had a contributing factor in that game. There were so many goals scored. Of course, there was Lily Battaloni started the scoring off of Tess Herman assist. Then Gracie Merrick also joined in on the fun, as well as Alexa Ronning, Kaylee Wenzel, and Riley McClellan, who not only had a goal but also had an assist of her own earlier in the game.
Yeah, Riley McClellan is a very special player too, because similar to Sydney Kowalczyk, she's listed on the roster. She started her career as a defender, now is being used as a forward, much like the leading scorer in all of the NJAC in this one too. So keep an eye on McClellan, keep an eye on Kowalczyk, who unfortunately did not score in the last game, but the rest of this team, keep an eye on as well, because they will definitely be in the mood for history making too, as the Profs have a chance for a fifth straight NJAC regular season title. But we're going to step aside very quickly here, but don't go anywhere as you're watching Rowan Television Network.
Number 2, Jaden Huff. Number 3, Taylor Wilichowski. Number 6, Prisha Druvy. Number 9, Isabel Moore. Number 11, Mackenzie Hart. Number 15, Julia Neff. Number 21, Avery Vaca. Number 23, Rachel Tetzlaff. Number 33, Heather Kimmack. And in goal for the Lions, wearing number 77, Bridget Racy. Assistant coaches for the Profs, for the Lions are Robin Selst, Richard Cox, Kylie Pfluger, and Wendy Trockenbrod. And the head coach for the Lions, Coach Sharon Pfluger. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lions of the College of New Jersey. And now, let's meet the Profs of Rowan University's starting lineup. Number 1, Lily Badaloni. Number 3, Sophia Weissler. Number 7 is Gracie Merritt. Number 10, Alexa Wadding. Number 11, Mia Funky. Number 14, Ella Tall. Number 17, Paige Gray. Number 21, Cindy Kowalczyk. Number 23, Tess Herman. Number 28, Aurelia McManus. And in goal for the Profs, wearing number 88, Mariah Giuliano. Assistant coaches for the Profs, the strength coaches, Cornell Peters. Assistants, Brooke Benson, Daniel Aldersitz, Aaron Small, and Christina Castagnola. And the head coach for the Profs, Coach Michelle Andre. Our officials for today, the table official is Charlotte Heenan, and our field officials are Athena Waligerski and Joanne Palumbo. And now we ask everyone to please rise and to remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello and welcome to this presentation of Rowan Television Network's New Jersey Athletic Conference Championship Field Hockey game. The Rowan Profs are taking on the Lions of the College of New Jersey, and tonight is going to be a great one. Hi, I'm Leo West, joined alongside my great color commentator tonight, Nick Wilson. And Nick, we got ourselves a game going on because the last time these two teams met, and if you caught it in the pregame show, the game was a doozy. It was 4-3. Profs only won because of a penalty shootout, and not even 80 minutes of field hockey separated these two teams from who was definitively the winner too. And these are the two teams that are the best in the NJAC too. Rowan, the number 1 seed, TCNJ, the number 2 seed too, and this is the cream of the crop. This is the matchup everybody's paying and wanting to see. So before we get into it, what can you tell me about this game, Nick?
Yeah, we got a really good matchup on our hands, Leo. Obviously, we talked about TCNJ and Rowan throughout their season together and how they've faced. And in the pregame show, we talked about how they've been historically all time. TCNJ does have the best of Rowan with Rowan having a 20-55-1 record against TCNJ. However, in the last 6 years, dating back to 2019, Rowan has really gotten the best of the Profs. They have a 7-3 record in their last 10 matchups, which does date back to 2019.
I think you're definitely right, Nick. I mean, this Profs team has definitely been not just a dominant force against TCNJ, but the dominant force in the NJAC. I mean, 5 straight regular season titles. They're trying to go for a 5th straight NJAC conference title. So it's really special to see this year. But the Profs, they are early in on their attack right now. The ball is at the top of the circle with Tez Herman. Now it's Paige Gray swinging it on over to Sophia Weissler. Pass back to Aurelia McManus. For this Profs team, they're a very attack-focused system when you talk to Coach Michelle Andre, too. They want to press, they want to give you a hard time, and they want to score a lot of goals and a lot of goals quick, too. But with TCNJ, they're the best competition inside of the NJAC that Rowan has really faced all year. Yeah, you had the games against Salisbury and Christopher Newport before your season ender at Montclair or with Montclair State, too. So, the Profs really did have a get-right game before the postseason started, and then against Kane, they really did take care of business too. But this is the hardest game Rowan's probably going to have for a while until we get to the national tournament.
Definitely agree with that. Rowan has had they had a wake-up call. I mean, they were riding high closer to the back half of the season. They went on an insane winning streak, and then they went on and faced Christopher Newport. And they lost, but honestly, that's a great learning lesson for these Profs, for the Profs offense and defense. They know that they're not going to win every game, but it encourages them to go back and be better and go into their next game fighting, which they definitely did. And they went on, won a few more games, and faced Salisbury, and ultimately lost that game as well. But that game served as a bounce back to then go face Montclair for your last game of the regular season, and then winning against Montclair 3-0 to then go into this NJAC tournament facing Kane in the first round and winning 4-1.
Yeah, it was a real springboard that game was too. But the Profs having the Lions' share, no pun intended, of possession inside of the Lions' half, and TCNJ, they're one of the most dominant teams scoring-wise, best scoring record in the NJAC. They're one of the most dominant defensive teams, best defensive record in the NJAC. And, the goalie, which we have to mention, number 77, Bridget Racy, she has the best save percentage in all the NJAC, too. So they're the best in front of the cage, and they're the best behind the cage as well.
Best saving percentage in all the NJAC. She also just won Goaltender of the Year in the NJAC conference. So she's having a fantastic season, as well as this Lions defense.
Now the Lions had a chance to do something right there. In that play was Mackenzie Hart and Julia Neff, the two spearheads of this attack for the Lions too. And the Profs having a little bit of trouble getting it out of their own zone right now. TCNJ playing a similar attacking system too, but I think the Profs could use that to their advantage. I mean, they get numbers up, and they get numbers up quick too, and I think the play of Captain Tess Herman is definitely, definitely leans into the strengths of the Profs too, and maybe the weaknesses of TCNJ.
It definitely does. I mean, you look at how Tess Herman has really anchored this team throughout the season. I mean, she was named captain for a reason. Then she goes on. She has a stellar season, and she ends up winning NJAC Defensive Player of the Year as well.
Yeah, NJAC Defensive Player of the Year from midfield, too, which is something that is very hard to accomplish. The ball being flipped over to the far side. Sydney Kowalczyk playing some excellent defense, too. And I got the chance to talk to Kowalczyk as well as she rips it away. But I got the chance to talk to Kowalczyk, and at Wagner College Division I program, she was listed as a defender as well. And who knew a year later she'd be the leading scorer in the NJAC and on her way to potentially winning her first collegiate competition. I mean, she's already got a regular season title under her belt. Time for the actual postseason crown itself.
Yeah, that'd be, talk about a story, huh? That would be awesome to see.
Yeah, someone should write about it.
Yeah, maybe you can.
Yeah, maybe I can. That ball is out of play. The restart will be going to the Profs, too. It's Aurelia McManus on that one. So far, no shots in this game, and it's kind of uncharacteristic for the Profs, too, as they like to get out early and often. That's a very nice move from Alexa Ronning, but it's stolen away. But there's a Prof in there at the right time, Paige Gray. Gray in this one was NJAC Rookie of the week of September 23rd, and she's been one of the couple of freshmen that have really made her mark on this game and in this season as well. So the restart's going to go the way of the Lions, and there are a lot of Lions fans in the building tonight. A lot of Profs fans too, but for a hour car ride, there's a lot of Lions here to cheer on their field hockey team.
Yeah, I tell you what, the Lions fans, they know how to travel. As someone who grew up about 25 to 30 minutes away from TCNJ, I've been to a handful of TCNJ games, especially in the last 5 years. And, every single TCNJ football game I've been to, they pack the house. They don't mess around.
No, they don't really don't mess around with their sports, too. But that's a great play right there from number 3, Sophia Wiesler. And the restart's going to go. Now it's Badaloni. Badaloni plays it all the way down the sideline. Kept in. Impressive play by Gracie Merrick. She gets past her defender. Now ball off the leg of a TCNJ defender. We got ourselves, not a penalty corner, it was outside the semicircle. So we're going to get a restart here. That's Gray. Gray drifting into the penalty area. Still with it. Unbelievable. It's going to make its way to Herman. Now it's with the Lions. And they're able to win possession back now on this near side. That is number 15, Julia Neff.
Julia Neff against Stockton on Wednesday. She did end up having a goal during that matchup where TCNJ came out on top. I
mean, they are one of the best offensive teams in the NJAC. It was a large part, and thanks to those attacking players, but it's a nice breakup by the TCNJ defender right there. McManus trying to dig out of her own zone. That pass wayward from Gray. TCNJ very content to play possession too, because they know how fast the Profs can move. And the best thing you can do as a team is you can hold on to the ball, because if the other team doesn't get the ball, they can't score. Now there's a pass down the seam of the defense intended for Kaylee Wenzel, but unfortunately she wasn't able to reel it in. That was almost an amazing opportunity for the Profs to go ahead and score right there. Bridget Racy had to race out of her net and stop that one. But the restart's going to go with the Lions. And for the Lions, that is number 9, Isabel Marr. Restart on this near side. TCNJ bogged down in their own half right now. Excellent work from McClellan, but it's going to go in the way of the Lions too. So I mean, look at you see the press on your screen right now. You see how they have 2 defenders, then there are 2 attackers for the Profs, then they essentially have 5 in midfield and then 3 in defense too. Kind of thing can make it very congested to move the ball up the field, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it definitely makes it, a little congested to move the ball up the field, but that means that by the time the TCNJ Lions get to midfield, they have 5, midfielders that are essentially serving as defenders at that point that they have to get through. And on top of that, they already have 2 more defenders and Mariah Giuliano in the net that they also have to get past. So I like the defensive strategy for the Profs, and I'm interested to see how they continue to do it as the game goes on.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right. And in round 1 of the national tournament last year against Ursinus, the Profs goalie Mariah Giuliano had herself a career high 11 saves too, and she's really had definitely, I would say, an easier time in the cage this time around. Rowan's defense is definitely locked in as the season has progressed. From last season to this season as well. In the regular season so far, Giuliano has allowed 26 goals, but she's made 83 saves for a 7.61 save percentage too, which is second best in the NJAC.
Pretty cool seeing the 2 best goaltenders in the NJAC go head-to-head in this NJAC championship game.
Not even the 2 best goalies, but the 2 best teams.
Yeah, it's very true. Very cool to say.
And that ball is going to be out on TCNJ, so the restart at the top of at the semicircle is going to be in favor of the Profs too. And TCNJ has looked very, very good getting through this press as well. In on that attack was number 9, Mar, and Huff, like we had mentioned before, Julia Huff. And then going towards the center of the field, that's another forward. It's Mackenzie Hart. And then all the way on the far side of the field, that is number 1, Emma Jordan. But now here's Wenzel on the far side, or the near side, excuse me. And that foul going in favor of the Profs too. It's going to have to start back by the 40. Now Ronning to Merrick, playing close to the sideline too. And that's going to be a foul. It was a very it was very physical, that play was right there, and the referee spent no hesitation blowing the whistle there, so the Profs will get a penalty corner.
Yeah, there was definitely a little bit of hesitation there. I think the Lions were expecting the ball to be called out of bounds, but it wasn't, and whether that the ref missed it or the ball stayed in, that's their call.
I mean, it's a physical play for sure, too. I mean, that was 9 Maher in on the challenge on Merrick, but now the Profs will get a chance to test their set-piece tactics. The insert. It's going to make its way towards Badaloni. She shoots off the post! Cleared away at the last second! A shot again! And it gets away for the Lions. Oh, my goodness. Unbelievable. The Lions escaped unscathed after a very, very tense penalty corner. Now here's Gray. And the ball goes out of bounds. Unbelievable, Nick.
That was insane. Look, the TCNJ Lions, they have the best defense in the NJAC for a reason. They played that perfectly.
Yeah, no shoot. You're telling me. Now, here come the Lions down the near side. It's Hart. She finds a pass back to Maher. That pass intercepted by Ronning, but the restart is going to be with the Lions. Maher. Off the leg of Merrick. No whistle. I think that's what they were expecting, and now it's going to be a whistle going in favor of the Lions, too. That looked like it hurt.
Yeah, it sounded like it hurt, too. We heard it all the way up here from the broadcast booth.
From the top of the press box. Good interception by the senior captain, Herman, playing in what could be her last home game. And her pass is going to go out of bounds. Chasing that, number 5, Kylie Elwell, and to her left is number 11, Mia Foti, too. Mia Foti, just a sophomore, she's had an incredible season this year. She's got 10 goals just on 31 shots and scored the game-winning goal last NJAC championship against, guess who? TCNJ.
You love seeing a rematch, don't you?
You love seeing a rematch, too. It also makes prep easier.
It's a good enough point.
Here come the Lions. Going in favor of the Profs, too. Huff got tangled up with number 14 of the Profs, Ella Toll, making a very important start in this one, too, because, we've seen Casey Abbott be back there. Ella Toll being tasked with the left side of the defense tonight for the Profs. McManus on the restart. easily gathered in by Huff. Whistle in favor of the Profs. That pass is going to make its way all the way to Fody, too. A little bit of a physical play right there from the defender. Number 21, Avery Vaca. Here's Gray. Now that's stolen away by Huff. Now it's stolen away by Gray again. The Profs fans to our left are very vocal, too. They are not letting these referees have any mistakes in this one, too, as fortunately for the Profs, they did get a whistle there. Now it's Gray. To Ronning. Ronning fires a pass in. It ends up with Elwell, but it's going to go in favor of the Lions. Unable to corral that one is Huff. Merrick intercepted by Jaden Huff. Now it's back into the center circle. Excuse me, semicircle. There goes Herman into the semicircle. And it's a penalty corner. She took on 4 Lions on that one, too. Really getting into the den of the TCNJ defense. But the Profs, again, will have another penalty corner, their second of the game, TCNJ with none.
Yeah, I see what you did there with the Lions den.
Mm-hmm.
It was very, very clever wording from you there,
They,
Leo.
at TCNJ, they have to have some sort of building called the Lions Den.
I actually believe that's the name of their football stadium.
I thought it's called Lions Stadium.
Yeah, I don't know.
They should call it the Lions Den.
I don't know. I go to Rowan, not TCNJ.
Here comes the insert. To Herman. She enters the semicircle. And it's another penalty corner. The Lions getting a little frisky here. Getting a little bit physical. The referees making sure that the players are staying safe too. But you see the huddle at the top of the semicircle just discussing what they can do, because Rowan doesn't really maintain the same inserter. You know, now it's Merrick, and she puts it in. That pass is going to get away. Here comes the Lions. But Herman still with it. And now it's going to go in favor of the Lions, too, as there was some contact off the ball. Aurelia McManus was involved on that one. Far side, Kowalczyk trying to win possession back for the Profs, too. That one's fired forward. And it's going to make its way out of bounds. The restart for TCNJ at about the 17-yard line. And that will do it for the first quarter here at Coach Richard Wacker Stadium. And we're going to keep it right here. But, Nick, tell me what you have liked from this Profs team, and tell me some things that you think they need to improve upon if they want to break the deadlock.
Well, to me, 2 things immediately come to mind. I like how the Profs defense has looked so far. I think they've looked fantastic. What else they've been good at, they've been able to draw those penalty corners. Of course, TCNJ is playing a very physical game thus far, but overall the team's looked very solid. I want to see some more aggressiveness offensively, I'd say. You got to fight fire with TCNJ playing this offensive as well.
Yeah, and honestly, I think what the Profs, what they need to do is they just need to connect on those long passes too. Because, although the Profs do like to dominate possession, if you can rip open the TCNJ, defense with one pass, like we've seen the Profs try to do, I mean, it could be game over too. But, stats from the first half, 2 shots for the Profs, none for the Lions. Those 2 shots coming from Gracie Merrick and Alexa Ronning. TCNJ has 17 fouls. The Rowan Profs have 14, and then 3 corners for the Rowan Profs here. But we're going to get this quarter started just underway in a couple of minutes. And for the Profs too, this isn't exactly the goal fest that you may have expected, because both these teams playing very, very solid defense. And I think that the fact that the Profs are leaving the best offense in the entire NJAC with a big donut hole after one period, that's gotta count for something too.
It most definitely counts for something. They've been able to limit this TCNJ offense that, they've had as good of a season as the Profs. Obviously, Rowan just got the best of them that first matchup that they had earlier this year in about mid-October. But I'm very interested to see how this game continues to evolve with TCNJ playing a very physical game and Rowan's playing almost a little bit more passively, if that makes sense. So I'm very interested and very excited to see what both of these teams have in store for us.
Yeah, and I think I can really kind of agree with your point there, because TCNJ, they've already got a couple of fouls in this one. They already lead the props in fouls too, but they had a foul from about the 30-yard line, go straight to a penalty corner too, and that's a very physical brand of field hockey that TCNJ brings too, and it seems like the Profs are up to the challenge. But we are underway here at the start of the second quarter, the final period of the first half from Coach Richard Wacker Stadium. If you are just joining us, my name is Leo West, joined alongside Nick Wilson, and this is NJAC Championship Hockey. Your Rowan Profs taking on the Lions of TCNJ too, and the Profs lineup hasn't changed all that much too. Usually we'd see a couple subs in at this point, but the lineup staying very much the same for the Profs too. The only substitutes that have come on: Kylie Elwell, Kaylee Wenzel, and Riley McClellan. Profs will take it from this near side. Caught in a battle is Weissler, and that whistle going in favor of the Lions too.
How about looking more at this Lions team? How about the coaching staff? Sharon Pfluger actually went to TCNJ back when it was Trenton State College. She graduated in 1982. This is her 40th season as a field hockey head coach.
Oh my goodness.
She has a 672, 142, and 9 overall record in her tenure as head coach.
It's very impressive.
Very, very impressive indeed. This is her 4th straight NJAC championship appearance as head coach for this TCNJ Lions team, and the 2nd in a row that they're playing Rowan.
Yeah, and a very storied field hockey history TCNJ does have. And, looking at the last game, it was a very contentious meeting between the two of them. It was TCNJ took the early lead in the first period, then Rowan evened things up, but TCNJ led going into halftime 2-1. And then in the 4th quarter, Rowan really did a really good job of coming back. They scored 2 goals while TCNJ scored 1. And then after 2 periods of overtime and then a shootout session, the Profs did come through in that one.
That shootout you were just talking about, it was Sydney Kowalczyk and Mia Foti who went out and shot those shootout shots for the Profs. They converted on both of their shots, which ultimately ended up being the seal for this game.
Yeah, and those 2 players, the top goal scorers for Rowan too. So no wonder why they were out there for such a high pressure occasion too. But the Profs have really been able to raise their play when it comes to playing bank to bank. And it will be a restart for the Profs here. You could feel the tension building in here. The Profs, they are getting very close to breaking this deadlock too, and it all starts from the back. Here's McManus. Looking for a pass. She fires it over to Gray. Gray, under no real terms of pressure. Herman tries to reel it. Huff just leaves the ball. And it's a corner for the Profs. Winning that corner for the Profs was Kaylee Wenzel, one of another substitutes in for the Profs right now, and one of the playmakers for this Profs team off the bench as well. We've seen a lot of playmakers, for the Profs too, and when you have a deep team like this too, you can go to a lot of people, and they can, and it's hard for a team to prepare when you have to prepare for so many people.
Yeah, you have to prepare for a lot of different players with a lot of different almost styles of play.
Badaloni with a shot. Save! Oh my goodness. Bridget Racy firing that one all the way over to the sideline. Will the Profs get another chance to do it? Still with Badaloni. She works it into the semicircle. Brushed away by the TCNJ defender. Trying to push his Huff down this near side, off the foot of Wenzel. A little too liberal with that restart right there. So coming up is Tetzlaff for the restart too. She's just carrying it down the sideline defender. Now it's up to Huff. Great work by McManus to fight that one away. Now it's going all the way up to Badaloni. Badaloni on a defender. Cleanly scooped away. It's going to go in favor of the Lions too. On that defense. That ball's going to go out of play. That was Tetzlaff, number 23, on that defense right there. Gray loses it. Reeled in by Jaden Huff. Get another foul going against the Profs too, but here comes number 11, Mackenzie Hart leading it. She's going to lose it though. And it's going in favor of the Lions too. The Rowan fans very unhappy with that. They think that Jordan's being very physical, maybe too physical. Checking in is Mia Foti. TCNJ getting everybody up. There is just one TCNJ player not in there. Rushed aside by the Rowan defense. It's going to make it all the way out for the Profs in Elwell. That's stolen away from Ronning. She didn't see Huff behind her. Huff able to play her way out of trouble. Now going on the far side. Fired up, corralled in by Hart. Now slapped away by McManus. Nicely done too, but here's Kimack, a second chance for the Lions. Maher. Foti unlucky to end up with that ball right there. It's Wichlowski. TCNJ trying to find a way through this tough Rowan press. Nice defensive movement right there from Gracie Merrick. It's a green card. Number 9, Maher's going in the box for that, and she's been the one who's been the most physical on this Lions team.
Definitely on top of all the other Lions on this team. They've all been playing physical, trying to wear down this Profs team, just trying to get them to move slower. The Profs, they're pretty quickly paced. They play a lot of almost suffocating offense, and they always try and push the ball upfield, try and get closer to that semicircle. And you know, TCNJ knows that from their last matchup, and they have decided to play a little bit more physical, to try and overwhelm this Profs team, to try and wear them down little by little.
Oh, it's off the post. The shot from Ronning was nearly in there. Oh my goodness. Another close graze with the cage for the Profs. But to your point, I just think it's maybe a point of intimidation, like something that they're just trying to unnerve the Profs, get them out of their groove. But so far, it's not working. But Jaden Huff makes a nice play. She's got Profs around her. Still with it is Huff. That's going to be a foul on McManus, and it looked like a tactical foul as she just tried to get numbers back for the Profs too. Now with the restart, it's Wichlowski. Plays it over to the far side. That pass for Jordan, and she's just going to let it go into the end zone for the Profs. So, you know, after another close scare for the Lions, the Profs are able to escape another a counterattack too. Trying to get that one away is Toll. Now it's with Herman. He's got Merrick down the sideline. Will she keep it in? She does keep it in, but it's just going to go right to Huff.
That was a great effort by Gracie Merrick, keeping the ball in play.
Good effort for sure. And Herman's going to get listed for a foul. Yeah, the ball cannot hit your legs. That's why they wear the shin pads, because it does hit so much too. But you know, it's nice when the players know when they've committed a foul, and they just kind of walk away and they let play resume too. But a nice play by Toll to win that one back. She's going to find Merrick. Maher's back in after her time in the sin bin. And Maher slipped. Gracie Merrick, she's got numbers around her. Now it's with Ronning. Ronning back to Merrick, playing a little tea party. Cutting towards the center. It's still Merrick, but Wichlowski does a great job to win it back. Kowalczyk tries to win it back. Still with Merrick, taking it along the semicircle. Henley corner Profs. Very nice spell of possession for the Profs.
That was really impressive. You see all the ball movement from Merrick to Kowalczyk, back to Merrick, and all those moving parts. That's what helped keep TCNJ on their toes and end up drawing that penalty corner for the Profs.
And Merrick, for her reward, or is rewarded with the insert. Keep an eye on Alexa Ronning at the bottom of your screen. Or excuse me, Mia Foti. She's looking for a redirect. Here comes the insert. To Herman. Badaloni, she shoots, she scores! It's in the back of the net, and Rowan takes a 1-0 lead. Oh, it's being waved off. No, it's being waved off.
You hear the Profs fans,
And Merrick, they are not happy. Merrick's still trying to plead her case. And now it's Huff up the sideline. McManus with it. Here's Elwell. Nice move by Elwell. Played off for leg. Nick, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not so sure why that didn't count for the Profs. Good interception by Kowalczyk.
Yeah, you know, I'm not sure about that either. It definitely looked like it was a goal, and definitely looked like that there was no sign of a dirty play or a dirty move or anything like that from someone on the Profs.
It looked like it had been tipped by a Rowan Prof as well. Badaloni with the initial shot, and it looked like it was redirected by the Profs, but it was whistled dead. Huff on the near side. As you can see here, play from Herman. The shot off Badaloni tips off a Prof, and it's in the back of the net. And look, you see the Profs. They're not, wincing. They're not thinking like, oh, we did something wrong here. They look very confident that it was their goal.
Yeah, they looked very confident. I mean, we watched that back. We saw it just a couple of minutes ago. I don't know what the Profs did wrong there. I mean, it seemed like they executed everything perfectly to be able to have a goal, and realistically, probably should be up 1-0 in this one.
Well, it's just much more of a reminder to make sure you take your chances too, because the Profs, they have the lion's share of the chances, but they've had the only chances so far too. Just another note: Casey Abbott has checked in for Toll on the left side of the defense. Foul whistled in favor of the Profs. It's going to be McManus on the right side of the defense with the restart too. And you're seeing a lot of the play come down the left for TCNJ, and then they sometimes switch it over to the right when they get into the attacking zone.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. They're not going down the middle. They're not trying to split the defense in half. It's very unique.
Now here's Gray taking it in off the restart too. Nice move by Paige Gray. Profs fans getting a little bit more involved, doing a patented Rowan chant. Superfan Noah Weinstein's down there, surely stirring some things up.
He most definitely is.
Now into the semicircle. It's Toll. She shoots. No good. So the Profs again putting the pressure and pushing the envelope off on the Lions too. And it's look in outside of the first couple minutes of this quarter, it's really been all Profs. If there was a momentum arrow like there. If there was a momentum error, it'd be going in favor of the Profs right now. They are carrying a large momentum right now.
Definitely, Leo. The Profs have done a great job for the majority of this quarter, just forcing the ball on the TCNJ side, forcing TCNJ to try and make a defensive play.
Now the Profs, they will have to make a defensive play. Huff brings it in the semicircle. Giuliano comes out. And that's going to be a penalty corner in favor of the Lions right there. A collision for sure. Huff's stick went flying. Giuliano's pads went flying. Another stick went flying. I believe that was Alexa Ronning's stick.
Could really call it a wipeout.
But now the Lions will get their first chance of the game. On the insert, it is Huff. Very similar set piece structure to Rowan. Here's the whistle. The insert. The shot. Saved by Giuliano. Nice save. That was an absolute rocket of a shot by number 23, Tetzlaff. And the Profs just trying to win it back now. With it is TCNJ. Jaden Huff has it. It's going in favor of the Profs. That one mishandled by Paige Gray. She brings it into the semicircle. Spin moves. And it's a penalty corner. The ref saying that was played off of Tess Herman's foot. So another chance for the Lions to do something. And now in this most recent spell of play for the Lions, they've had 3 shots, one from Hart, one from Neff, and one from Tetzlaff. Tetzlaff, 23. She's in between Hart and Jaden Huff. The insert. To Tetzlaff. She tries to get in there. She shoots. Scooped away at the last minute. And it's going in favor of the Profs. That is a big goal line stand from Giuliano and this Profs defense too. And the fans here at Coach Richard Wacker Stadium send their approval to the team.
That was fantastic, Leo. Giuliano got drawn away from the net, attacking the ball, and the Profs defense really stepped up there and made a clutch stop as this second quarter begins to wind down.
Yeah, Tetzlaff had an open net, you could argue, too. And you know, Rowan did a really good job of preventing her from getting the shot off. And now the restart is going to be with Wenzel. .45 seconds left in this game. McManus with the restart. She's looking for a long pass forward. Tries to get Wenzel. Merrick with the interception. Here's the final chance for what it looks like either team to win it. But Huff, Jaden Huff wins it back. 30 seconds left. Trying to play through trouble. There's 11 Hart. Now one back. Kowalczyk. To Wenzel, excuse me. Played away by the goalie. Now Huff wins it back. She's all alone. 5 defenders, 1 Lion. And that will do it. That is halftime here from Coach Richard Wacker Stadium. Before we send things to break, Nick, what are your thoughts on this first half?
It's been very defensive heavy. The Profs have really done a great job on defense, but they've had their offensive opportunities as well. They have 6 shots, 3 of them are on goal so far, and they haven't been able to convert. Obviously, there was that one controversial call that occurred earlier in the second quarter, which definitely could have gone the Profs' way. And TCNJ has really also done a great job of limiting the Profs and keeping them at bay. And yeah, really, it's just a tale of 2 defenses so far.
Tale of 2 defenses in right, and hopefully a tale of 2 halves for the Profs. The score 0-0 as we are going to step away from NJAC Championship Field Hockey. I'm Leo West, joined alongside Nick Wilson. We'll join you for the
Fans,
third
after
quarter.
this game, make your way over to the soccer and lacrosse complex for another fine NJAC.
Hello and welcome back to this coverage of NJAC Field Hockey Championship. The Rowan Profs are taking on the TCNJ Lions and are in a deadlock as we approach half number 2. My name is Leo West and I am joined alongside Nick Wilson. And you know, Nick, despite the fact that it is 0-0, we have seen a very entertaining first half.
It's definitely been very entertaining. Both teams have been very defense-oriented as we get the highlights rolling here from the first half.
A lot of physicality, too. The Lions have had a couple of close calls with scoring today. Retzlaff with that shot, fired off the pad of Giuliano. And it was a good job by the Profs to turn that one away. And, you know, for the Profs, too, they've done a really good job at defending corners as well. And, you know, they've done a really excellent job of just being able to rebound after they give away the foul inside the semicircle. And I think that's something that is definitely an underrated part of their game, is their set-piece defense. But we are underway here from Coach Richard Wacker Stadium here. And it's going to start with Emma Toll, who starts in place of Casey Abbott on the half, too. Now it's with Herman. Fires it up to Mia Foti. And it's going to be a restart with the Profs. Now it's number 3, Sophia Wiesler. So on the far side now, she's on the near side. Restart for the Profs. Found the Lions. Ronning brings it in. Swept away by Kimak. You know, a forward who's kind of been in defense today. She's listed as a forward, but is at the back of the formation for the Lions.
Yeah, Heather Kimak, also the captain of this Lions team. So far this season, she's all NJAC first team. She's 3-time NJAC academic team dating back from 2023, and then also got it last year and this year.
Very, very, very good player too, but now on the far side is Huff. Guarded closely by McManus. Huff trying to get that one free, but it's off the stick of McManus. And the restart is going to be with Maher, who was shown a green card in the first half for her very, call it physical play too. And she's shown the most physicality too. She's, you know, not afraid to kind of throw a shoulder, throw a stick at somebody too. And, you know, that physicality we talked about is trying to get under the skin of the Profs too. But so far, Rowan looks unfazed.
Definitely looking unfazed, especially getting into this half.
And it's going to be another green card. Coming off is number 3, Wilczewski. Excuse me, Wilczewski. So the second green card, second person in the sin bin for the TCNJ Profs. So far, played a clean game, you know, despite the fouls they have. And very good pass from Ronning off the stick of Foti. And that's what I'm talking about when I talk about those, you know, those stretching passes too. And, you know, to back off your point in the beginning of the game, it's that aggressiveness of the Profs too. And you can make the argument that they've definitely been more aggressive in this second period and now third period. But here's Kowalczyk into the semicircle. Spinning, dancing, penalty corner. Kowalczyk with a nice move into the semicircle from midfield. And Gracie Merrick is going to be the insert her again.
You know, looking at the Profs offense so far, especially coming out of the half, they're coming out firing. They've spent the majority of this 2.5 minutes of this third period so far on TCNJ side of the field, and they have a penalty corner, have an opportunity to score, and let's see if they can break this deadlock.
Yeah, on the front foot indeed. Here comes the whistle, the insert from Merrick. And whistle dead. So TCNJ will keep the, oh. Never mind, it's going to be a redo of the penalty corner. So the referee blew it dead. The referee going over to the scores table, just laying that one out for us. And we will restart. Merrick, the insert. It's gonna go all the way to Ronning. She shoots off the leg, off the stick of a defender. Still in the semicircle. Cleared away, nicely done by the Lions. It's on the stick of Mackenzie Hart now. Alexa Ronning not happy with that call because she thought that Hart was hooking her and getting her stick stuck on her leg off the arm of Fody. It's gonna be a restart for Kimak, Heather Kimak. And like you said, the captain of this team.
She's tallied over 1,100 minutes so far this season.
I mean, that's incredible.
It really is.
That's very impressive.
Played all 18 games at TCNJ, now on their 19th game. Has started all 19 up to this point so far for the Lions.
And she's been, and she's played every minute of those games too. Mia Fody working hard to win it back, and she does. In favor of the Profs, that foul whistled. You got Kowalczyk on the near side here. Fody down behind the goalie, and Matola is going to get us restarted. To Badaloni, Lily Badaloni, shot off the stick of Kimak. She actually didn't make contact with the ball. She made contact with Heather Kimak's stick instead. That's why it's going the opposite way. She fakes the far pass, but it's going to end up with the Profs anyway. Gracie Merrick whistled for a foul. Some very contentious back and forth play here on the far side. Paige Gray was with it. And then Alexa Ronning lost it. Now she's got it back. Advantage play to the Profs. A pass forward. Now on this side of the field, it's with number 6, Druve, excuse me. Now 21 Vaca, she gets us restarted. Too quick on the restart, she's gonna have to take that one back. Profs trying to clear it away, and it's going to be in favor of the Profs. Herman does a really good job of just pushing that one away, and the Profs will get restarted here with Toll. Ella Toll trying to get the pass up to Gracie Merrick, but nothing doing there. Riley McClelland has checked into the game. Lily Badaloni and Mia Fody just taking a breather on the sideline. Kaylee Wenzel's also checked in on the far side of the field too. Here comes TCNJ. Nicely done by Tess Herman, breaking that play up. It's with Kowalczyk. She tries to play it forward from McClellan. That's going to end up on the stick of Vaca. Vaca plays a pass back. Nicely intercepted by McClellan. She's still got it. But now it's going in favor as it looked like it had bounced off her legs. Kowalczyk off her foot. Druve taking it up off the stick of Wiesler.
No, we were talking about it in the first half, Leo, about how TCNJ is directing their offense, how they're really hugging the sidelines, both the near and far sidelines, as they go up and down the field with the ball. And it seems like not much of that is changing so far in this half.
Yeah, I maybe it'd be worth it for I mean, obviously the TCNJ coach knows more than me. 40 years of field hockey experience speaks for itself. Maybe if TCNJ do want to score a goal, get a bigger foothold in this game, it might be worth going to try to attack through the center of the field. Even though that's where most of Rowan's press is, it really seems to be that Rowan's press is effective most on the sidelines. But here comes Wenzel on the far side, looking for a body to cross it into. She brings it into the semicircle, guarded by 2 defenders. That was a really nice play by Wiechowski. Now it's put into the corner by Tetzlaff, who had 2 shots in that first period. Penalty corner prop. Fans show their appreciation again Another chance for the Profs to score here. That will be their 7th of the game, and the Profs still have yet to get a shot in the back of the net. Well, actually, correct me. They did get a shot in the back of the net, but as we both know, Nick, that was whistled off due to a foul in the box on the Profs too. And you know, a lot of the argument was that, you know, it was tipped in. You know, it didn't seem like it came off a defender, or it came off a leg or a foot. It looked like it came off a stick. But McClellan will try to right the wrongs of the first half as she's the inserter. For Herman. To Ronning. She shoots. The shot. Cleared away. A shot again by Herman. And it's going to end up going out the back. Racy made a very, very important save on that play right there. And the Lions bench and fans show their appreciation for their goalie, who started all 18 games in this one. And we're getting a timeout, so Racy can readjust her equipment here. McClellan's going to check out. Badaloni's going to check back in. And Nick, Profs 7 shots, TCNJ 4 shots, but seems like a long time since TCNJ has had a shot on the Profs net.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way, because it has been that way. This Profs defense has been suffocating the Lions really coming out of the half, and they've been able to really just force the Lions to play defense, because the offense has been smothering the Lions as well. It's really just overall been the Profs really taking advantage of this Lions defense to this point so far.
I mean, you could make the argument that, you know, the best form of attack for the, or best form of defense for the Profs is attack too. And, you know, so I've been able to speak with Coach Michelle Andre a couple of times too, and with some of the players. They really enjoy this high energy system that prioritizes, you know, the stamina. That's going to be foul as Wenzel picked the pocket of Jaden Huff. But back to my original point is that, you know, the Profs are bought in, and you can see the fruits of their labor right now. It hasn't entirely paid off, but the Profs are playing a clean game. They're playing their game, which is possession based. As Groove takes that one away from Ronning, but nicely won back by Toll, and it's going to be a foul on Groove. Toll taking it up, makes Huff miss. She's driving forward, still with the ball. Past another defender. And whistled forward, so the restart with Toll. Still making an impressive run here. Makes another girl miss. But that one is going to be swept away by Tetzlaff and the Lions defense.
How about Ella Toll taking the ball all the way up the field, huh? That was impressive.
I mean,
she did not lose sight of the ball at all and really just kept possession up until that restart.
Yeah, as the sweeper of this Rowan defense, no less. Nicely done by Herman. Plants her foot strong. Carrying it into the semicircle. A shot. Yeah, it's going in favor of the Lions too, and that one's going right back the other way. So the restart not going to be from where the ball went out of bounds, but it's going to be much closer to the spot of the original foul. Checking in for the Profs is number 5, Kylie Elwell. Here comes the restart with the captain, Tess Herman, driving, maneuvering, but she loses it. That's going in favor of the Lions. I thought that was pretty clean defense from Sophia Weissler. The restart is going to be with Vaca. And we have seen the substitute from TCNJ. It is number 12, Cara Wilson. And Wilson was also the recipient of a green card. So 2 green cards for the Lions, which is essentially field hockey's version of a yellow card or a penalty, where they get a green card, and you know the team who receives that green card is playing with without one person. The restart going in favor of the Profs too. Really nice work from Alexa Ronning to follow Huff all the way up the field take it away, and then to win the foul going in favor of the Profs too. But Toll will get us restarted.
As you were saying, we're getting restarted, and there is the green card in play for number 10 on the Lions, Lindsey Hoffman. So the Profs have an advantage here to try and get something going, eventually break this deadlock.
I think you're right, absolutely right, Nick. Here comes Hart on the near side, guarded closely by Ronning. Nicely done by Ronning to win back and keep it in bounds. Nicely done. Unfortunately, her pass goes to Druve. That ball off of Kowalczyk. And that's going to be a foul in favor. Number 1, Jordan was fouled. A little bit of physical play from Sophia Wiesler. Now one back by Ella Toll. And Mia Foti trying to get a call from the referees. And it's going in favor of the Profs too, another restart. And you can hear the Profs fans saying, flip the field here. You know, only 2 minutes, you got a finite amount of time to make something happen before we get into the 4th quarter. That whistle going in favor of the Profs.
Looking down the sideline, I'm seeing about 6 Lions defenders trying to apply pressure to the Profs as they try and almost force them to do what the Lions are doing on offense, and that's keeping the ball against the goal line.
Yeah, field hockey, it's a lot about overloads. It's very similar to soccer, and that's going to be a green card on Kylie Elwell. She tripped up the first recipient of a green card, Maher, excuse me. And now the Profs will be at a disadvantage. But even with the Profs at a disadvantage, they can still pack a punch offensively.
Absolutely, pack a punch offensively. I mean, they're the second best offensive team in the NJAC, just behind TCNJ, and they've really proved that they can, on offense and defense, really be neck and neck with the team now is the best on offense and the best on defense throughout the NJAC conference.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, this is a big time matchup right here. Now checking in for TCNJ is Lindsey Hoffman, like you said, Nick. Now the Lions will try to make full use of their man advantage. And the restart's going to be on this far side. It's going to be Gracie Merrick. "35 seconds. Play in the corner. One back by the Lions. One back by the Profs in favor of the Lions. I think the signal for that was a handball, so mishandled by the Profs, but McManus is going to pick it back up. She's going to try to get things started as we are just getting under 10 seconds here, so time to make something happen. Mishandled by Huff, 7 seconds. Profs want to go fast, so they have to score. 3 seconds. And it is going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. It's do or die time, Nick. It is do or die time. 15 minutes left on these girls' seasons, but if it does not happen, we will go into a 10-minute period. That's like standard field hockey. And then if no one scores after that, it's another 10-minute period, but that period is golden goal. And that's how the Profs won one of their matchups earlier in the season against the Lynchburg Hornets, the number 20th ranked Lynchburg Hornets. So that was a big scalp for the Profs as well. But continuing to look down some of the Profs' previous wins before this one, they beat Montclair State in their final home game. But they faced 2 very tough opponents before that. They faced number 1 Christopher Newport, number 4 Salisbury. And you got to think that even though they were blanked in those games, even though they did lose those games, that those games and the lessons they learned from those prepared them for this moment too.
It most definitely did, Leo. I've did my research on Christopher Newport and Salisbury. They're the best teams in the nation for a reason among Division III field hockey. And despite the Profs getting blanked, not only yeah, it stinks, but it goes to show that these teams, they don't mess around. But at the same time, this Profs defense, they were able to limit the best team in the nation to just three points, and they were able to limit the number 4 team in the nation to 2. Now, I think that says a lot about the Profs defense and how they've really taken those games, those matchups, and have applied it to this NJAC championship game against the Lions.
You know, and I think you're right, because before that game, the number 21 TCNJ Lions would have 3 goals against them and force them to go into a shootout, which a game we have mentioned very much because it's the, I mean, it was essentially the foreshadowing into this one. It was the prelude. And, you know, when you let up 3 goals to the 21st ranked team, and then you go into your next game against Kane, only let up 2, and then after that you let up 0 against William Patterson, and then you have a streak where you don't score but you still play very good defense, and then blank Montclair State in your season finale. I mean, something must have been said in the locker room to really make that defensive change, and the Profs are better off for it too. They're 100% better off for it too, and you know, the defensive structure that they have has really allowed the Profs to play with a lot of freedom tonight too, a lot of pressure, because it doesn't look like the Profs are under pressure right now too. And we all know pressure makes diamonds, which, you know, we'll see some pressure-packed moments in the final corner of regulation here. But again, the Profs have looked very, very good and, you know, have looked very fearless in this game too. But we're going to get underway as TCNJ are going to get us started in the 4th quarter. That ball is going to make its way to Sydney Kowalczyk. And that ball is off Drew's foot, so a restart for the Profs. But just kind of rolling through some stats here. The Profs, 7 shots to TCNJ's 4. All of TCNJ's shots have been on goal. The Profs, they also have 4 shots on goal as well, but have dominated possession in this one. 2 green cards for the Lions, 1 green card for the Profs too, and that green card ended once the quarter ended as well. So both teams playing with even Steven lineups. Right, Giuliano, she's got 3 saves. Bridget Racy, 3 saves as well. So the cream of the crop with NJAC goalkeepers really making their presence felt in this one.
Definitely making their presence felt, Leo. They've both looked fantastic. They've been able to make clutch saves, and even in the very rare off chance that the ball got by them, their defense stepped up and they picked them up and they helped them out to continue to leave this score at 0 in the 4th quarter.
And picking up your defense is a very crucial part of a goalkeeper's duties, and both of them have done an excellent job at that. Tough miss hits. Off the leg of Herman, so it's going to go the way the Lions still. Ronning in defense against Wilson. Excuse me, Tetzlaff that was. Tetzlaff still following Merrick. She does a really good job at winning a foul there. Excuse me, that was Heather Kimack, not Tetzlaff. Starting again is Ella Toll. She's guarded on this side by Mackenzie Hart, who fouls her. Sophia Wiesler plays it forward, a long pass forward, and getting on the end of it is Kaylee Wenzel. She's into the semicircle, retreats out, looking for a pass. Going against this far side, penalty corner prop. That was number 17, Paige Gray, who received the pass and made the penalty corner possible. The Profs will get the first chance of the 4th quarter. Looks like Gracie Merrick is going to be the inserter on this one. She's asking for a ball. Excellent shot of the goal right there. Waiting for the whistle. The Lions pack to the net. The insert to McManus. Fires, slips. That was perfectly played for Mia Foti right there, but unfortunately, the ground proving to be the ultimate enemy in that one, and McManus's pass would have been itch perfect for a redirect, but unfortunately for the Profs, it's another miscue.
Definitely unfortunate. That was a key opportunity to score and, break this deadlock. But, ultimately, nature can always be your #1 enemy, even if your enemy is 2 feet in front of you and in human form.
Yeah, I mean, always playing a factor. And for a very clear night as well. I mean, we had rain this morning, but we had a football game on Coach Richard Wacker Stadium before this game. So the field, I mean, it is turf, it's not grass. So that also plays a part in this as well. But it's going in favor of the Profs too. Nicely done defensively to hold strong. And, even when they face pressure, and a lot of it coming from the wings too, and there seems to be no change in the plans for the Lions to make any other changes with their tactics too. The Profs have done a really good job at keeping stuff out of the center. It's Ronning. She falls into the turf.
Yeah, it sounds like the Rowan fans and the Rowan coaches alike were looking for a call there.
It's safe to say they're very like-minded. Both got brown and gold on. Intercepted, nicely done by Paige Gray. Now it's with Merrick. Gray does an excellent job to keep it in there. Plays it off the stick, not the leg. It actually was whistled dead. Excuse me, it was a foul. So starting on this far side is McManus. Good play. Ronning fires it forward for Fody. Fody, she's got a shot. Racy, what a save! Unbelievable. Bridget Racy comes out of her cage to make an excellent challenge. Now Weisler, second chance for the Profs perhaps. Here comes Ronning. Good move, cuts inside. She gets a little tripped up. Now it's with Herman. Herman with the shot. With the redirect, Racy makes another save, and that's batted away, but it's a penalty corner. What a spell of Rowan attack right there. And I think we should have seen a whistle before that too, on Ronning, and then when Mia Fody collided with the keeper as well. That looked like a very dangerous play, but it will not matter as the Profs will get a chance to score here. It will be their 8th penalty corner of the game. Excuse me, their 9th penalty corner of the game, and no changes to the inserter. It's gonna be Gracie Merrick, McManus, and Fody on the far sides. This one played towards Ronning. She fires. Almost with the redirect was Gracie Merrick, but that one falls harmlessly out of bounds. And the Profs will get another swing at it, as it's a restart from the 25-yard line. Last touch by a TCNJ defender, probably why Merrick wasn't able to reel it in. Here comes Ronning. Penalty corner.
The Profs have really been applying the pressure over these past couple of minutes. They've really just kept the ball in the semicircle, basically. The ball has not left the semicircle a lot over the past couple of minutes. They've been able to draw about 3 penalty corners this quarter already, which is very impressive and great pressure from the Profs they're applying on this Lions defense.
And the best form of defense is attack. Weisler waiting on the whistle. Again, Fody and McManus on the outside. The insert goes to McManus. Her shot almost redirected again. This time it's going to go in favor of the Lions as it was kicked off of Gracie Merrick's leg. But again, the Profs unable to cash in on their chances as they are now up to 11 penalty corners on the day. Profs now up to 5 shots in goal, 9 shots in total. 3 shots from Alexa Ronning. She's really been impressive in this one. She's been the spearhead of this Profs attack. But again, TCNJ not able to get it out of their half. It's Kowalczyk trying to play her way through 3 defenders. Good interception by Weisler. Now it's with the captain. Herman driving past Huff. Penalty corner Profs. They're 12th of the game. And you got to think, Nick, you have to think that they have to break through at some point.
They definitely have to break through at some point. If I'm the Profs, I'm going to try and get it to Kowalczyk off a redirect to try and score here. She's the leading goal scorer in the NJAC, and getting the ball to her, I feel like could definitely break this game open.
Yeah, Kowalczyk in on the huddle near captain Tess Herman. And again, the same play. Fody on the far side. McManus on the near side. Will Merrick go this time? Where will the Profs score? It's McManus. Fires it over to Ronning. Ronning with her fourth shot of the game. Blocked. Merrick with another shot. It's another penalty corner.
The pressure is mounting on this Lions defense.
I can feel it, Nick. It's palpable in here, the tension. This stadium is going to erupt if the Profs are able to put it in the back of the net. They know how momentous this occasion is. Merrick mishits it. McManus trying to make something out of nothing. Brings it back toward the byline. McManus still going penalty corner. Profs with every ticking second away. The pressure is cooking.
Pressure is building. The TCNJ fans on the other side of the field, they are holding their breaths right now.
Fingers crossed, toes crossed, hands between their legs. They are just holding on for dear life, and so are the Lions defense. Merrick to Ronning. Fires. Open goal! Blocked! Scramble on the goal line. Still not away. Penalty corner. Profs. Racy made the rash decision. She popped out of her net, but it was an impressive block by the TCNJ Lions that, again, keeps this score deadlocked. 7:41 remaining. It's still deadlocked. Another penalty corner. They're 14. The insert from Merrick. And it's off the foot of Mia Fody. And they're going to get a much-needed sigh of relief, the Lions are. Now it's Jordan. She gets past Toll. Now with Drew. Drew playing back to Jordan. Emma Jordan. Defended by Kowalczyk. Playing all the way back to Vaca. She skirts her way through a couple of Profs. Now it's with Hart. Looking for a redirect. Blocked by Herman. Here's Drew on Kowalczyk. Tries to put a cross in. It's going to be a restart for the Lions up at about the 20-yard line. So now the Profs are on the back foot. It'll be Wilczowski to get us restarted. Looking for a pass, navigating the offensive area. She puts in a shot. Fired away by Huff. Blocked by the Profs. And cleared away nicely by number 7, Gracie Merrick. And the Profs had a very close brush with the Lions' attack right there. Really in the teeth of their attack as well. So the Lions will try to get a second chance here. That pass put in. It's Hart against Toll. They're facing off. Who will buckle first? Penalty corner Lions. That was off the foot of Toll. So now will the Lions be able to pay off their intense pressure? It's going to be Huff with the insert. Not Huff, excuse me. Julia Neff. This stadium is getting very loud. 5:54 to go. The insert. The Profs are off their line. To Drew. Now with Huff. She fires. Saved by Giuliano! Are you kidding me? The diving effort by the shot stopper, and she wills on her Profs to go forward.
Wow, what a fantastic save from Mariah Giuliano right there. That was as clutch can get.
That is as clutch can get. Now here come the Profs. It's Kowalczyk. The foul going in favor of the Profs. A long stretching pass forward. Rowan going man for man. Here's Ronning. Foul against Ronning, and the sideline, Michelle Andre's not happy about it. The fans not happy about it. So Profs really had some momentum going forward. There's Drew, playing off the stick of Ronning. Picking up, it's Mackenzie Hart. Good defense by Toll. Whistled for a foul. She doesn't like that call. Now here's Emma Jordan on the far side. To Mackenzie Hart, she isn't able to get her shot off. Now Tess Herman trying to push it forward, and she gets the call. You can just feel both teams are starting not to like each other in this one. You can just feel that, you know, even if this was a rivalry game to start, it feels like a rivalry game now.
It's really starting to feel that way. It seems like both teams are starting to play with just a little bit more physicality to them as more fouls are being called.
More fouls are being called too, and you know, in the playoffs, and as the game goes on, you expect the whistles to be held. But we've actually seen the most amount of fouls and the most amount of whistles and penalty corners in this half alone. That one's off the foot of Toll. Toll, nicely done to win that back off of the stick of Emma Jordan. Trying to play her way through trouble. Sweeps it forward. But now it's going in favor of the Lions, and the Lions too liberal with that restart. It's all the way up here by the 30-yard line. Emma Jordan backing herself into a corner. Whistle fouled on Wiesler, and now it's a penalty corner. And with 3:32 left, time is ticking. The Prof sideline very unhappy with that call. Coaches and players alike. Lily Badaloni is squatting down. She cannot watch. You got to think if TCNJ were to score, it'd be the game.
It definitely would, especially with only 3.5 minutes left to go in this one.
The insert towards Huff. She fires. Goes past the goal. For a second, I thought that was in the back of the net, but Huff's powerful shot harmlessly goes into the Glassboro Knight.
Definitely looks like Huff missed just left there. It looked very, very close. We both thought it was in for a second.
We held our breaths here, as I'm assuring you, everybody in the stadium held their breaths for that. But TCNJ will get the restart on the far side. It's Paige Gray with it, and it's going to go in favor of the Profs too. Now TCNJ, they have the momentum now. And for the Profs really to get back into it is to have a penalty corner or some shots on goal of their own. But it won't happen if they don't have the ball. That pass going forward. It ends up on Jordan's stick. And the Profs faithful asking the ref to blow the whistle earlier, as Jordan was fouled. McManus trying to lift that one into the air. It's only going to get as far as Huff. Huff allowed to carry on thanks to the whistle. Playing with advantage now. Nicely won by Kowalczyk. She sends a pass forward. Now it's a 2-on-1. Fody with pressure. And a wayward pass is going to end up on the stick of Ronning. Drew does a nice job to win that back. Ronning does not like that call in the slightest. Now here comes Ella Toll trying to give a spark in this offense. Playing her way through. Gets past Huff. Paige Gray trying to keep it in. Extending the width of the Profs. Foul in favor of Rowan. 1:40 left in regulation. You got to think if a goal is going to be scored, it's going to be the last goal scored on the 2025 New Jersey Athletic Conference season. McManus is going to get us restarted. Driving into the mix. It's Wenzel and Merrick watching, hawking Tetzlaff closely. Tetzlaff wins back possession, and it's going against the Profs. Nice move by Ronning. She slips, No foul call. McManus trying to drive forward. All the props are forward. Kowalczyk trying to bring it in. And it's a restart in favor. It's going to be, so it's on the outside of the semicircle, so not a penalty corner because of where the foul took place, but Rowan will get a very favorable restart. Harmon gets past her man, gets into the semicircle, penalty corner props. 40 seconds left, 39.9 on the clock.
Great job by Tess Herman being able to draw that foul there inside the semicircle for a penalty corner. It's the profs, you know, they've driven.
It's their 16th corner of the game.
16th corner of the game. You have to figure how many of that have come from this quarter of play alone.
Barrick with the insert, waiting on the whistle. The Lions in their cage. The insert to Ronning. She shoots off Racy. Another save by Bridget Racy. And it's going in favor of the Lions. The props unable to cash in. Bridget Racy stands on her head once again, but here comes Ronning, intercepting pass from Drew. 15 seconds left. The Lions playing for overtime. Just putting it in the corner. And that's going to be the end of it. Are we going to... And that's going to be the end of it. So with the running clock, the props unable to retain the possession. Some time wasting from TCNJ. But we are going to take a quick step off here. The deadlock, not broken yet. Profs 0, Lions 0. I'm Leo West, joined alongside Nick Wilson, and we'll come back with overtime action. Welcome back to this edition of NJAC Championship Hockey. My name is Leo West, joined alongside Nick Wilson. The Profs taking on the Lions, and we got ourselves overtime. And so in NCAA overtime play, It is a 10-minute period, 7v7, 6 field players, 1 goalkeeper. The first team to score wins, so it is golden goal. And it will be 10-minute periods. And the defending team is only limited to 4 defenders behind the goal line. And then just as a reminder for penalties, a player who has received a red card during regulation cannot participate. A player suspended with a yellow or green card during regulation must serve the remainder of their suspension. If a team is playing short due to a disqualification, the suspension will continue to happen. Now, if it goes into a shootout in that occasion, a coin toss will determine which team shoots first. 5 players from each team alternate taking one-on-one shots against the goalkeeper, and the team with the most goals out of that best-of-5 series wins. Now, if it goes out of the best-of-5, say no one scores, that means, or if it's out of deadlock, that means it will be sudden death in the shootout too. So, you got the rules laid out for you. You have, you've seen how entertaining this game is. Nick, before we get started here, what are your thoughts, and then what does Rowan need to do to go ahead and win this game?
My overall thoughts on the game, I tell you what, this has been one of the most entertaining games I've ever watched. It's been really, you can't ask for anything more out of an NJAC championship game. And I think that both teams have been playing spectacular offense and spectacular defense. They've applied pressure when it really means most. You saw that last stretch in the 4th quarter, you saw that the Profs were really applying pressure on the Lions defense at first, and then a switch flipped, and the Lions were doing the same thing to the Profs. And then there was a whole bunch of pressure, a whole bunch of action going on in midfield, and then it stopped. The Profs had an opportunity to really get something done, and then they couldn't capitalize on it, unfortunately, which then ultimately led to the end of regulation. Yeah,
it was real end-to-end stuff. The Profs end up with 15 penalty corners in regulation, and you got to think how many of those happened in the 4th quarter. So, and then for the Profs, 15 corners, TCNJ 4 corners. So even though that TCNJ has, they've had a lot of pressure, they haven't had that many corners to them for the Profs. I mean, again, they've had the lion's share of the pressure in this game, the lion's share of corners, and still have not been able to make it pay off yet. But their 7 against your 7. Who's going to win? Overtime action here from Coach Richard Wacker Stadium. Tess Herman's going to get us started from the Profs' eye on the 50-yard line. And we're just waiting on the whistle right now as the Profs are just waiting for the referees patiently to go and get restarted. They're over at the scorer's table right now, I think getting their earpieces fixed so they can communicate with each other, because in a game like this, with a pressure-packed environment like this, the refs got to perform too. You don't want to get a call wrong.
Yeah, that's right. As much pressure as there is for the Profs offense and the Lions offense and defense, there's the same amount, if not more, pressure on these referees. They cannot miss a call, and at the same time, they have to make the right call.
You're 100% right, Nick. Herman going a little flying V formation. Still driving. Herman into the semicircle. It's going to be stripped away by a TCNJ defender. Now the Profs playing very aggressive defensively. That's Julia Neff, number 15, who wins the foul. And in the foul battle, 58 on TCNJ, 55 on the Profs. So now it's 33. Heather Kimack, obviously you're expecting her to be on the turf, the captain of the TCNJ Lions. Trying to play her way out of trouble. Gets past Merrick. Now Neff trying to get past McManus. Good stuff by McManus right there. Now it's with Huff. Trying to play it in. McManus trying to clear it away. And that's going in favor, as that foul is going to be called on Julia Neff for the obstruction right there. And the referee feeling that restart was a little bit too liberal for the Profs. Michelle Andre's not happy. Players clearly not happy. Ball goes to Gracie Merrick. She's got Kaylee Wenzel in front of her. Passes it over to Ronning. And very good pressure from this midfield 3, forward 3, and that wayward pass by McManus is going to end up in favor of the Profs, but then a wayward pass from Heather Kimack. Very uncharacteristic for the captain. And then so in this defense, it's Tess Herman, Aurelia McManus, and then in this midfield three, it's Gracie Merrick, Alexa Ronning, and Sydney Kowalczyk, and then leading the forward line is Kaylee Wenzel. Foul going in favor of the Profs. Wenzel trying to get on the end of that pass. Here's Tetzlaff. Profs trying to get bodies behind the ball. She's going to spray it on over to the far side of the field. And that pass is going out of bounds. That's Vaca on the far side. Mia Foti checks in for the Profs. She's hustling, trying to reel that one in. All Racy can do is just parry it out for a restart for the Profs. This could be a big chance here, because there's a lot more space to play with if you're Rowan. A lot less bodies in the way for a shot. Tess Herman makes a nice move, cutting into the semicircle. And she wins the penalty corner. Tess Herman, the captain, the driving force of this Profs team, the engine of the entire team. She really makes this thing tick.
Yeah, that was phenomenal execution of what Tess Herman was able to do there, drawing another penalty corner. This is now Rowan's 16th penalty corner throughout regulation and now in overtime. So big opportunity here for the Profs.
Massive opportunity now. Massive opportunity. I think you're 100% right. Merrick getting ready with the insert. You just saw the replay of the penalty corner. The biggest moment of the entire game right here. Merrick to Herman. Taking it on the near side. Pass across. Fired. Missed by Ronning. The rebound. No good. Foul going the Lions' way. Ronning had a swipe at it, unable to hit it. She put all her might behind it, but came up with nothing. There's a free runner on the far side of the field, but the pass from Tetzlaff unable to reach it. That was Mackenzie Hart looking for that ball, and she's going to intercept the pass from McManus, but nicely done by Merrick to win it back. Looking for a way forward. She's got Foti in front of her, and she gets the pass over to Foti. Will she be able to reach it in time before it goes out of bounds? No. 6:22 left in overtime. Golden goal. So that means the first team to put it in the back of the cage is going to win the game. McManus on the restart. Fires it over to Ronning. Her pass is intercepted. It's Marr. And Marr loses it. Tess Herman wins it back. Badaloni checks in. That pass is for Kowalczyk, and that pass is going to go out of bounds. And the Profs will have to do some defending once again. Harmon trying to get active on Marr. Swipes it over to Merrick. Merrick with acres of space in front of her to drive this attack forward. Foul going in favor of the Profs. Now McManus is going to come up for her sweeper spot. And the pass from Merrick over to McManus. Will this be the chance for the Profs? Put into the paint. Fired by Badaloni. Her shot's no good. And it's going to be penalty corner Profs. Kowalczyk unable to get a good shot off, but there was some obstruction there.
Make that number 17 for Profs penalty corners in this one.
It's been the real story of today.
It really has been, especially their margin of penalty corners to TCNJ. TCNJ only has 4 thus far.
And you see the initial shot from McManus, the shot from Badaloni. It ends up with Kowalczyk, and she gets tripped up by Vaca. The insert from Merrick. The shot from Badaloni off the edge of the cage, excuse me. That was Alexa Ronning. And Alexa Ronning has got her 6th shot of the game. 14 for the Profs in total, 8 on goal. So you'll see a replay Right here is the Lions are going to get things going again as they restart, and the Profs being very intentional about how they press too, is they're not giving a lot of space for the Lions to move the ball forward. That's a foul played off the foot. Merrick's got Badaloni in front of her. She takes it down the sideline. And that's a foul again, another restart. Merrick getting a little physical with the captain, Heather Kamak. Now into the semicircle, and a foul whistled against the Profs. And Alexa Ronning looked like she was going to fire that one into the roof of the net. And Aurelia McManus is going to get us restarted from the 25-yard line. Foul going in favor of the Profs. And this has just been an incredible game for Rowan.
It really has.
An incredible game for TCNJ too. It's a miracle for both teams that this score is still 1-1, or still 0-0, excuse me. Toll makes a move. Trying to fight her way through against two defenders of TCNJ. Toll gets past, into the semicircle. She rips a shot. Blocked away, another shot. And that's going to be a restart for the Lions. Rowan just pouring on the pressure, pouring on the shots.
They've really been able to keep it to the Lions side of the field, especially in this overtime time of play.
Now here comes Herman into the semicircle. Will she get a shot off? It's a penalty corner. The Profs with their third of the overtime period, just a hair over 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Excuse me, 2:29 is the time on the field. Herman receiving instructions from Coach Andre. Aurelia McManus is going for the insert. Herman still doesn't know what the play is, but the Profs will have to improvise. Waiting for the whistle. The insert from McManus. It goes to the captain. Passes it over to Badaloni. Her shot swings and misses. Will she get a second bite at the cherry? No. And TCNJ walks away unscathed again after the Profs can't convert on a penalty corner.
This TCNJ defense has really been able to step up in those penalty corner opportunities. They've done a great job at limiting the Profs and making sure that they don't score, which is why this game is still in the deadlock.
Yeah, they've done an excellent job of bearing down and are allowing less than their average. They haven't allowed a goal yet. Now to Huff, guarded by McManus. Trying to take it away from Huff. Foul in favor of the Lions. McManus is not happy. Andre's not happy. Ronning's not happy. The fans are not happy. And it's going to be a penalty corner. So a foul outside the semicircle is resulting in an opportunity for the Lions. So the referee thought that was severe enough of a foul to reward TCNJ. Druve inserts. Tetzlaff fires. Druve tries to redirect. Saved by Giuliano. Passed away by Giuliano. A scramble for the ball. Giuliano, it's passed. Another nerve-wracking scare for the Profs does not come to fruition as the dream for a 5th straight NJAC title is still alive. And we will restart. Now just 75 seconds to go. Intercepted by Wilczowski. The Profs with time running out. Here comes Drew. She's trying to get a pass to the midfield. McManus, calm in possession. Swings it forward to Kowalczyk. The Profs not happy with that one. Giuliano's gonna have to come out. She kicks it away. And it ends up with Merrick. Ronning gets past her defender. We're approaching 30 seconds left. This is the chance for the Profs. Merrick finds it forward, passes it forward to Wenzel. 25 seconds left. Wenzel tries to keep it in. It goes out of bounds. And you got to think that with the ball on this side of the field, the Lions might be playing for a shootout. The clock is still running. 12, 10 seconds remaining. Three seconds remaining. 2, 1, and that is the end of the overtime period here at Coach Richard Wacker Stadium. I am just in disbelief. The Profs have not been able to break the deadlock here, but we will get
We'll take a 2-minute break,
an extra overtime period here.
Overtime against Southern Victory.
And it's just been an incredible game. I mean, again, just no idea how this game is still 0-0. Nick, what are your thoughts?
I mean, this game has really just been two defensive powerhouses going up against each other. Both teams have really looked fantastic thus far, not only in overtime, but also throughout the course of regulation. I mean, the fact that this game is still deadlocked at 0-0 is absolutely insane, especially with the Profs having 14 shots so far this game, and the Lions having 8. You know, that's a pretty sizable amount of shots that both teams have been able to put up throughout the course of the game, and there's nothing to show for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think the most stark contrast of how these two teams have played is the penalty corner stat. 18 for the Profs, just 5 for the TCNJ Lions, and the Lions' most recent one coming in this overtime period where Mariah Giuliano had to stand on her head once again. 5 saves on 5 shots faced, and it's just been an impressive game for both these keepers too. Not just Giuliano, but Bridget Racy. I mean, she's stood on her head, and I can't think of another cliche because that's the only one. That's the only thing that that they've been doing. You know, Racy has just done an excellent job of just making sure that her defense is in front of her, that she's making the plays, and she's also been aggressive in her decision making too, to put the Profs in confusion as well. And it's a big reason why the game is still deadlocked at 0-0, but we're going to get started here for another 10-minute period of overtime action here from Coach Richard Wacker Stadium. If you're just joining us, my name is Leo West, alongside Nick Wilson, and 70 minutes still not enough to decide a winner. The Profs and the Lions are going to flip fields here. Giuliano on the right, Racy on the left, and TCNJ is going to get us started here. This will start the 6th period of play. And again, just waiting on the referee's whistle too. And we are getting started. The Lions just content to play it back. Allow Rowan to pressure. That's going to be Prof's ball. That was off the foot of Vaca. Now the Profs with their first possession of this second overtime. Merrick guarded very closely by 2 TCNJ defenders. And that's going to be a restart for the Profs. So McManus is now up. Herman is now up at the 35. And these Profs are going to really have to make something happen here. Merrick back to McManus. McManus looking for a pass. Now she's into the semicircle. She's looking for a shot too. Guarded very closely, and it's going to be a penalty corner. Now will this be the one the Profs convert on? They're 19th of the day. You know, they played William Patterson. They scored 7 goals. They did not have 19 corners in that one.
It's crazy to see, and it goes to show how good this TCNJ defense really is.
You'll see here how hyped up McManus is after being fouled on that one. I mean, any decision that goes in the Profs' favor is just going to be one that they celebrate. As it's Gracie Merrick on the insert. Fires it in. To Herman. To Kowalczyk. To Ronning. Will she get a shot off? She shoots. Saved by Bridget Racy. And the profs can't believe that a foul was whistled. The assistant coach was having to hold back Coach Andre. The profs fans not happy either. And just like they've done all game, the Lions escape unscathed and unscratched. So you can see the foul call right there, just came right after the shot.
Yeah, I don't know if I see anything conclusive to call a foul there, Leo. I mean, maybe that's just me, but if the refs saw something, there had to have been something that they saw there, or at least they perceived.
They are closer to the field than us, give them the benefit of the doubt.
Exactly.
Great pressure from the profs. The pass is going to only make it to Herman. She spins against Huff, trying to find a way in. A collision there. Herman puts it in. Racy's off her line. That's saved. And that's a block. That will be a penalty corner. The profs fans saw it before the referee did, and Kowalczyk wins another one.
The 20th one so far in this game.
It's incredible.
It really is.
And Coach Andre opting to go unchanged with the inserter, Gracie Merrick. Now, will this be it? We've asked ourselves 20 times today. Ronning to Merrick. Gracie's off her line. And it's another penalty corner. That was a very smart play by Alexa Ronning to pick out the pass, find Merrick, but Racy races back to the ball and will live to see another play.
That's why the words did that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We're all poets here on Rowan Television Network. Merrick has a chance to write the script. We'll go as far as Ronning. Now with Herman. Another penalty corner. I think Herman definitely wanted to take the shot there, but the referee is just playing it safe here, and they've really played it safe all game long. Just opting to go with their gut. We haven't seen a lot of play that may have been deemed physical or illegal. Merrick again. To Ronning. Escapes through. Beats the defender. Still with Alexa Ronning. Huff comes in, and she wins it back. But that pass is only going to go as far as Kowalczyk. Huff puts it forward. Now here come the Lions. Excellent interception by McManus. She's got Drew all over her. And it's going to be a foul on number 6, Drew. The pass to Ronning. Over to Fody. Now with Kowalczyk. And a foul on the profs. That is their 62nd of the game. TCNJ up to 75. Retzlaff trying to play that one forward. It's off the face of Kowalczyk, but she still got it. Driving forward, looking for a way through. No whistle. No whistle. That was off the leg, and now the refs hold it. McManus challenged by the Lions, but again, the Rowan defense holds strong. That's Maher all the way over on the left side for TCNJ. Now we get restarted with Tess Herman. Think about how much ground she's had to cover in this one, because look where she is now on the 15-yard line. And in one play, she will have to, in just the movement of the passes, she'll end up being on the 20-yard line somehow. Kowalczyk fighting fiercely. Tries to sneak it through. No whistle again. The profs can't believe it. They thought that was misplayed. But TCNJ is not even going to chase that one. The profs have all the pressure. They have all the momentum. Will it pay off? Kowalczyk in the corner. Fires it forward. Racy makes a save. That's pushed out of bounds.
I feel like we've been saying a lot. That was a great save by Bridget Racy there.
She's done an impeccable job in net, and you know, if TCNJ, if they do go on to win this, she'll be the star of the game. Now here comes Herman. Shoots between Racy's legs. She unbelievably makes a stop. We will get another restart. The captain trying to cement her legacy here at Rowan, but Bridget Racy has other ideas. We'll restart. Huff on Herman. Penalty corner. Huff fouled. Herman on that one. And the Profs will get another opportunity to do it. Their 23rd of the game. Will this be the penalty corner that pays off? Will this be the moment where the Profs write history? Will this be the moment where the Rowan Profs win their 5th straight NJAC championship? Gracie Merrick, the inserter again. The Profs sticking to their script. To Herman. Spin move. Fires. Racy saves. Herman gets another chance. Kicked away by Racy. And the Profs will get a second chance with Alexa Ronning. She puts it in for Kowalczyk. It's a penalty corner.
I believe we're up to 23, 24
24 now. 24 penalty corners for the Rowan Profs. Can you believe this?
I cannot. I was just about to say that that is practically unheard of, having this many penalty corners. And not only that, having this many penalty corners and there still being a 0 on both ends of the scoreboard.
It's unbelievable, Nick. Unbelievable. Merrick, the inserter. To Ronning. The shot. Brushed away by the TCNJ defenders. Herman shoots. Saved by Racy. It's in! Tess! The Profs win in double overtime. And Tess Herman, the captain, wins it for Rowan. And just like that, 5 straight NJAC tournament victories for the Rowan Profs. And you'll see here Herman shoot it, and it just scoots through the legs. Excuse me, it was Kaylee Wenzel. Kaylee Wenzel. Tipped by Kaylee Wenzel. So Tess Herman gets the assist. Kaylee Wenzel the goal as it was tipped and scoots through the legs of the goalie.
Please stay around for our award ceremony, which will happen after the
Unbelievable. What a game.
handshakes.
What a fantastic game from both ends, from both teams. That was fantastic.
That was absolutely fantastic. I mean, just the domination finally paid off for the Profs, and an overtime victory, double overtime victory, is what leaves the Profs with another 5th consecutive NJAC championship. And for the Profs, they will now build off this as they look towards not just NJAC, but an NCAA tournament.
Yeah, with this NJAC championship, this is now the 5th year in a row that they have clinched a spot in the NCAA tournament. The selection show is tomorrow night. So the Profs will find out who they will be taking on in the NCAA tournament tomorrow night.
And look how happy the Profs are. I mean, it doesn't even matter who they will play too. This Profs team is brimming with confidence, brimming with energy, and brimming with happiness and all the positive emotions too, as you can see the trophy on there. And every single member of the Profs, whether they played 1 minute or whether they played every minute, deserves this trophy.
You're absolutely right, Leo. And while we're at it, let's also tip our caps to this TCNJ team. They had a phenomenal season, and they still have hope. They could still realistically make the NCAA tournament. They are still a ranked team. There's still a very solid chance that TCNJ has not played their last field hockey game. What a season from them. What a season from the Rowan Profs, beating TCNJ not once this season, but twice, and once in the NJAC championship. Congratulations to the Rowan Profs.
Congratulations to the Rowan Profs indeed, and congratulations to the TCNJ Lions for making it this far. And you know, even though they had a long drive here to Rowan, they gave up a very valiant effort today. I mean, just think about all the saves that they had to make, all the penalty corners they've thwarted off, and all the stops they had to make to prevent Rowan from scoring, and it took 76 minutes for Rowan to finally break this deadlock. And the teams will shake hands, but more importantly for the Profs, they finally get a chance to hoist the NJAC Field Hockey Championship Trophy. So another banner to hang in the rafters. 2 banners this season. I think they'll be very, very proud of that. And it's just amazing how much blood, sweat, and tears went into making another one of these campaigns possible. I mean, I feel spoiled being able to talk about another NJAC championship, even regardless of field hockey, let alone field hockey. You know, Rowan athletics in general. And the player of the game has to be Tess Herman and Kaylee Wenzel. I mean, they just did an incredible job too. Tess Herman setting up the goal, Wenzel redirecting it and punching it in and winning the game for the Profs. I mean, I couldn't think of anybody who's more deserving of that award than her. And Nick, you know, what are your thoughts on this game too? After all that, what do you think? What are your takeaways from this game?
I have quite a bit of takeaways from this game. This is one of the best games that I've ever had the opportunity to witness of any sport that I've been able to watch in my entire life. This was a phenomenal game, double overtime. I don't know about you, but I definitely don't complain to watch some free sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this
it was
time we
just a
ask you to
fantastic
please
scene.
direct your attention
I'm not complaining either. Nick, I think you were totally right too, but we're going to sign off here from Coach Richard Wacker Stadium. Rowan Field Hockey, New Jersey Athletic Conference champions for the 5th year in a row. I've been Leo West, joined alongside Nick Wilson. Enjoy the rest of your night and enjoy the trophy celebration on the field.
With tonight's victory, Rowan University has clinched the 2025 New Jersey Athletic Conference Field Hockey Championship. Here to make the championship trophy presentation is Terry Small, the Commissioner of the NJAC, and assisting will be Associate Commissioner Michelle Sarabian. At this time, we ask the team captains Tess Herman and Paige Yoakum and head coach Michelle Andre please make their way to the center of the field to accept the 2025 NJAC Championship Trophy. At this time, a championship t-shirt will be presented to each member of the Rowan team. Number 00, Delphina Vanel. Number 1, Lily Bartoloni. Number 2, Ava Thomas. Number 3, Sophia Weissler. Number 4, Abby Goblish. Number 5, Kylie Elwell. Number 6, Kaylee Wenzel. Number 7, Gracie Merrick. Number 8, Kaylee Ronsetter. Number 9, Olivia Griffin. Number 10, Alexa Ronning. Number 11, Mia Foti. Number 12, Katie Meehan. Number 14, Ella Toll. Number 15, Paige Yoakum. Number 17, Paige Gray. Number 20, Grace Angelo. Number 21, Sydney Kowalczyk. Number 23, Tess Herman. Number 26, Victoria Tullio. Number 28, Aurelio McManus. Number 29, Taylor Prendergast. Number 31, Riley McSweeney. Number 33, Tess Strickmatter. Number 34, Riley McClellan. Number 35, Casey Abbott. Number 36, Peyton Ryan. Number 77, Ella Morton. Number 88, Mariah Giuliano. And number 99, Kelly Crescenzo. Assistant coaches, Darnell Peters, Brooke Benson, Danielle Altersitz, Erin Small, Christina Castagnola, and head coach Michelle Andre. With today's NJAC championship game victory, Rowan has also earned the conference automatic qualification to the 2025 NCAA Division III Field Hockey National Championship Tournament. The entire NCAA tournament bracket will be revealed during the webcast on ncaa.com tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for the 2025 New Jersey Athletic Conference Field Hockey Champions, the Profs of Rowan University. On behalf of the presidents and athletic administrators of the New Jersey Athletic Conference, we thank you for your support of NJAC field hockey throughout the 2025 season. Thank you very much again, and please travel home safely.